Multiplying numbers, it is quite important. Why? Because you will be using it throughout your entirety of high school. So let's get started. If we have a positive number and we multiply it by another positive number, that will give us a positive number. If we have a negative number times a negative number, that will also give us a positive number. But if we have a positive number times a negative number, it will give us a negative number. Same goes for a negative number times a positive number will give us a negative number. Think of it like this. If we have two of the same signs, if we multiply those two numbers together, it will give us a positive number. And if we have different signs, the result will be a negative number. I just threw some information at you, but let's put it into practice. So let's say we have minus 3 times minus 5 in brackets. The minus 3 is a negative number and the minus 5 is a negative number. And we're multiplying two negative numbers together. And if we look at our rules, a negative number times a negative number will give us a positive number. So if we take minus 3 times minus 5, it will give us a positive 15, because we have a negative number in the minus 3 times the negative 5, which gives us a positive 15. Let's go for 4 times minus 4. We have a positive number times a negative number, so our answer should be a negative number. 4 times minus 4 gives us minus 16, because 4 times 4 equals 16. And our answer has to be negative because we have one negative number inside there. Minus 9 times minus 9 in brackets. We have a negative number times a negative number, which means our answer has to be positive. So we get 81. Minus 9 times minus 9 gives us 81. Let's take a positive number and a positive. 4 times 5. We have a positive times a positive number, so that should be a positive answer. 4 times 5 equals 20. If there is no symbol in front of the number, like this 20, it has an imaginary plus in front of it. It is automatically positive. Remember, there are different ways to multiply a number. We have minus 2 in brackets and minus 6 in brackets. And if we have two brackets next to each other, that means they are multiplying. So minus 2 times minus 6. If we look at our rules again, it's a negative number times a negative number. And that means our answer has to be positive. So minus 2 times minus 6 gives us positive 12. Let's go for another one. Minus 4 in brackets next to 2 in brackets. We have a negative number next to a positive. That means our answer will be negative. So minus 4 times 2 equals negative 8. So that is with two pairs of brackets. What about something like minus 5 times 3? And the 3 is in a bracket. You can see that the minus 5 is right next to the 3. The actual number of the 5 is touching the bracket. It's right next to the bracket. So that is also another way of multiplying the number. So we have minus 5, which is a negative number, times 3, which is a positive number. Negative times positive gives us a negative answer. So minus 5 times 3 gives us negative 15. What about 8 times 2? So we have a positive times a positive, which gives us a positive. So 8 times 2 equals 16. But what about this one? Minus 3 in brackets, minus 3. As you can see, there is no number next to the bracket. There is a minus next to the bracket, not the actual number 3. We have minus 3 in the brackets, but that is a different story. So if this is the case, we just do the sum normally. Minus 3 minus 3, which equals minus 6. So don't be tricked by sums like these. Remember, only multiply when there is a number right next to the brackets. That is your sign to multiply. If there is a symbol separating them, then you just do the sum like you regularly would do it. And last one, let's do something a bit more challenging. 6 plus 2, and then open the brackets, we have minus 4 plus 6, close the brackets. So remember your bodmas. Always do what's inside of the brackets first. So let's go to the next line and write 6 plus 2, then let's calculate what's inside of the brackets. minus 4 plus 6 gives us 2, a positive 2. The next part of bodmas is the multiplication. So 6 plus, what is 2 times 2? Remember, we have a number. This number is touching the brackets. So 2 times 2 gives us 4. And let's do some real math, some addition. 6 plus 4 equals 10. Even this, 4 minus 3, brackets minus 2 inside the brackets. So bodmas first, do the multiplication first. 4, let's write the 4 out. But we have a minus 3 times a minus 2. That is a negative number times a negative number. So our answer should be a positive number. If we multiply this negative 3 and this negative 2, we should get a positive 6. When we multiply, the minus goes with the 3. So we get the minus 3 times the minus 2. And that gives us the positive 6. So we don't rewrite out the minus here. So 4 plus 6 equals 10. So for these sums, just remember your rules. If we multiply the same symbols, we get a positive number. If we multiply different symbols, we get a negative number. And remember your bodmas, because you will get sums that will test your bodmas. I am your math sensei, and I'll see you in the next video.